Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you are new, if you are not new, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marina and today, crossing new territory again on my channel. This is my continued journey of being a booktuber. So it might be terrible, but I'm just gonna give it a go, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't at this point. I'm just seeing what works. Okay, but as you can see by the title, this is going to be a reading vlog. Yay! Here's the thing. I just realized, like, the thought just came into my head all of a sudden to do a reading vlog, but I started this book like 2 days ago, but I didn't get far, so I thought, why not just do this? Court of Wings and Ruin, y'all already know by the title what I'm about to get into. But yeah, I haven't gotten that far into this book. I know, like, this whole A Court of Thorns and Roses series is like big, like it has a fan base, it literally like has a cult following, and so I've just been reading it to prepare myself for, you know, my end of the month wrap ups or whatever for books that I'm starting to do. So I've been trying to like get through this series this month. I'm dedicated. So yeah, this book came in on Tuesday. It is currently Thursday, and I'm only like this much into it. So that is around 200 pages, 221 pages. I'm just gonna see how this works, because I don't really have a video idea this week, and I'm just going to be dedicating myself to like finals and like reading. So yeah, I'm just going to see how this goes. It's going to have like spoilers, so if you haven't read A Court of Thorns and Roses like at all, like the series at all, then you might want to click off, because I'm going to be talking a lot, because this series just does a lot of stuff that I'm like, just a lot of thoughts up here that I need to like convey. So this is like my warning, okay? You're gonna get spoiled if you continue watching this video. Don't, okay? And like I said, I'm only 200 pages in. I hope to get done with this book by at least Saturday so I can focus on one of my finals this upcoming Monday, and I have all of Sunday to study. But you know, this who knows, really. I got through a lot of it like yesterday. I got through at least 150 pages yesterday because I started reading it Tuesday night, but then I was too tired to get that far, and I haven't read it at all today. So far, I left off at the part where, you know, if you've read the previous two books and you already know how those end and how this begins, I've already gotten through Farah at the spring court. She has escaped with Lucian, and you know, they're at the night court. She's reunited with Rhysand, and they're so cute. They're preparing for the war that they have no choice but to fight in. They sent out the letters to the High Lords, High Fays, whatever you want to call them. They just got done at the library, and they found out new information regarding like the wall and the treaty, because you know, that's a big part of it. Basically, the treaty was made for only a temporary amount of time, so the wall wasn't supposed to be there permanently, but like as time progressed and like people that were there when the treaty was made, they got older, they died, and like their ancestors didn't know that the treaty was temporary, I guess. So they found out that, and that's where I left off. But yeah, that's how much I've read so far. That's the point that I've led up to. You know, Elaine is still in her bed, still depressed. That makes sense. Nesta is still Nesta. I might save this for like my book wrap up, how I feel about the plot and the characters, or I might dedicate a whole video to Akatar, because like there's seriously a lot to cover. But Nesta in this book, I know that a lot of people don't like her for their own reasons. Maybe I just haven't gotten to those reasons yet. Maybe she does a lot of worse stuff in this book. But so far, like, I don't think she's that bad. Like, yeah, her and Elaine pissed me off in the first book because they let their little sister, their youngest sister, Farah, to like fend for herself in the woods to go get food instead of helping or doing anything. I get that. I get why people hate Nesta for that, and that she's always a little bit mean. But you know what? I like a mean girl. Is she a little unnecessarily mean half the time? Yes, but in this case scenario, in this book, she has every right to like be a bitch because of what happened to her. Like, I completely understand. And now she has to live in this night court with people that she literally hates, has hated her whole entire life. Who knows? Maybe I'm just like speaking, I'm getting ahead of myself. Maybe I just don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm kind of scared for that. But yeah, Nesta is Nesta, Elaine is Elaine. The inner circle is adorable. Tamlin can go fuck himself. I hate him. He's a terrible character. But overall, yes, I'm gonna read and I'm gonna like update you guys on how I feel throughout. So far, I haven't had like too many oh my gosh surprising moments, which is like weird, but because in A Court of Mist and Fury, which I really should have done a reading vlog for that, because my reactions are like so funny. I kept pausing like every other chapter because that book had me like in a chokehold. I finished it in 2 days, which is like my record because it was around like 600-ish pages and I finished it in 2 days. This book I've had for like 3 days and I'm only 200 pages in. Again, it's finals week, so like go easy on me, please. Also, I've heard that this is a lot of people's least favorite book in the series, so that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna update you guys when I'm more into the book. And depending on how my finals go, like how I want to study, it might switch up. Like I might not get through this book by Saturday, but I'm hoping. We're just gonna see. Okay.
A few moments later.
It's only been like, I think, what, 20 minutes since I last recorded? I'm on chapter 23, and I completely forgot mentioning this, but where's Farrah's dad? Where are the Archin sisters? Where's their father at? I'm at the part where like they're at the bone carver, which by the way, I think the bone carver is really cool. Like he's actually like a really cool character that I would like to know more about. But we just got to the bone carver with like Cassian and Farrah to go find out like if he would join them in the war, be on their side to fight, because you know the bone carver never reveals his own identity. She saw like what her and Rhysand's child would look like grown up, and it mentioned Farrah's dad somewhat looking similar to him. So that made me think like where's their dad at? Because they keep on mentioning him like throughout the first like part of the book that I've read. They kept on mentioning him like when he comes back he's not gonna know what to do. He's been gone for literally like a book and a half. Like I'm getting a little like curious because I don't think he's where they say he is, or where like he mentioned he was. I don't know. I'm not gonna theorize or anything. I just wanted to like mention that. Also, the tension between Amren and Farrah is gonna bubble over at some point because they've been arguing like a little bit in this book. First, it was when Amren compared Farrah to Tamlin when Farrah decided for her sisters that they were not going to be a part of the war. And Amren was like, wow, you sound a lot like Tamlin. And everyone just got quiet. There was no back talk. It got real quiet. And although that was out of pocket, I completely agreed. I mean, of course, it wasn't at the same like stakes as Tamlin because Tamlin is literally insane. But yeah, she made a point. She made several points, but yeah, everyone was like ganging up on her. You should never like really compare a victim to their abuser, though. That's kind of really messed up. But in this case scenario, she's not completely wrong. And now they went down to the bone carver, to the prison, and you know the prison is a like really sensitive topic for Amren, so I'm kind of worried how she's gonna take it because they decided not to tell her for some reason that they're going, which is only gonna like make her even more angry. Amren is my girl, so worst comes to worst, I'm probably gonna be on her side because everyone's like ganging up on her for some reason in this book, and I don't know why, especially since like she's powerful enough apparently to like kick all their asses. I'm very confused. That's why everyone's feeling so bold. Like everyone's feeling really bold all of a sudden, and I don't get it. Another duo that gives me tension, Cassian and Nesta. I know that Nesta has her own book that came out in February. I'm gonna probably get to that book sometime next week, if not the week after. But I'm kind of interested in those two. Amren brought up like a dig at Farrah for being nosy, and she was like, if you want to go gossip, then go to the dogs, aka like Azriel, Cassian, whoever. And she mentioned Cassian and Nesta like laughed kind of like, and Nesta never laughs. So I was like, oh my god. I need to read A Court of Silver Flames. I want to see whatever is going on there. I want to see it build up, but I'm gonna have to read like the rest of this book and then like the next book after that, which apparently is a novella, and then read A Court of Silver Flames. I've decided today I'm gonna get to at least 350 pages in because this book is 700 pages long. I want to get at least halfway through today, so I'll have Friday and Saturday to like split it up, so that way if I do end up working on final stuff tomorrow and Saturday, then I can like, I won't have to worry about getting through half of the book. Like throughout the rest of that day I can like split it up evenly, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna try to get to page 350, which isn't that long. Like I'm like a third of the way into the book, so it shouldn't be that long for me to like do it. But yeah, that's that. It is currently 6:30 on the dot. So I don't remember the last time I talked to you guys. It's the same day. But I had to, stop at a certain point to study and do homework, and I took a shower, ate dinner. I just had to like get my thoughts in order before getting to this next chapter. I stopped at chapter 25, and it's right before they're going to the night court. Not night court, the court of nightmares. My bad, because apparently there's a difference. This is a little tangent, a little rant. I don't understand, because the court of nightmares is literally in the night court, so I don't understand why Rhysand can't just like order them to be on his side, be an ally to him in this war. I don't get it. Like I don't understand why they're like different leaders for different places. Like if you are the High Lord, if this is literally your court, then why can't you just order them? Anyway, I just had to say that because not only does that like confuse me, but it also irritates me because the guy that runs the Court of Nightmares is like Moore's dad, and he's a dick. But anyway, all that to say, I'm at the chapter where they're currently going to the Court of Nightmares to get people on their side, and to also they have to get something to give to the Bone Carver in order for him to fight with them in the war. So the Bone Carver said that they have to get something specific. I think it was like a mirror or something. And of course, it's in the Court of Nightmares, literally like one of my most hated places in this world. I stopped literally right at chapter 25, and I'm at page 262. My goal is to get to at least 350 like before I go to bed, and that'll probably end up happening because I finished all my homework for the day. Well, not all of it, but like the stuff that I could try and get through, because it's been a long day and I'm like super exhausted, and all I want to do is read. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna be honest, Farah is kind of annoying me, and I don't really know why. I think it's just like her place as like High Lady. I think that's what she's called. I understand she's trying to balance like being a ruler and being a friend and a sister, but the way that she's handling it is so not smart. I just got off the chapter where she was talking about talking to Rhysand about how she went into Lucian's head without his permission. This was when Lucian was talking to Elaine, and Elaine is depressed, remember? So they ordered him to not leave his room until like she was ready to talk to him, or like they were gonna get him out, or whatever. So he goes in there obviously like without anyone's permission, and she's there. She's like not talking to him. He talks to her, and of course Farah feels the need to just go into his head after all that happens. Rhysand was like, well, technically, to make you feel better, you didn't really do anything wrong because he wasn't following our rules that we gave him anyway. He left without our permission. So I guess they're using that as a way to say that like you're allowed to go into his head and invade his whole entire mental space, all invasion of privacy. What are they called? The Damati? I don't know the right pronunciation. The Damati's powers of like basically like going into your head. I like those powers a lot, but I don't like it when they do it like without their permission, especially Farah, because like this is the second time she's done it to Lucian, and I'm not even the biggest fan of Lucian, but respect privacy, please. I don't know, that's just me. You don't have to agree. I know that she's just finding her way, and I'm literally not even halfway into the book, so maybe she'll get better, but I don't know, the way that she's like acting towards Amren and like Lucian and just like everyone, like she even snapped at Rhysand at some point. I was like, girl, we're all in this war together. But I get it, everyone's stressed. Everyone is stressed. Understandable. I just wanted to like say that. Okay, I'm gonna read and I'll catch you guys up on where I'm at later on. Okay, hi. So a lot of shit just happened at the Court of Nightmares. For one, they're teaming with Eris. I hate that. Care is allowed into Valeris. Hate that even more. But now we're back at the house, and everyone's kind of just like mad at each other because Rhys didn't tell them of their plans. But we also find out what Amren is, kind of question mark. And I've been wondering this for 2 books straight because she's just so interesting. But now I'm like even more confused because she doesn't exactly explain what she is. She explains that she has no feelings for like past self before she was considered a fae. She had no feelings and she was an assassin of sorts. I would like a spin-off story for Amren, is what I'm saying. It's just a request. Miss Sarah J. Maas, if you're willing to write a story about Nesta, I'm kindly asking for one about Amryn as well. You don't have to. It's just an idea. It's just an idea. Maybe like a prequel, a little novella, if you will. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like mid chapter, and I just wanted to say this before I forgot because I've been waiting to know more about Amryn for so long. But yeah, okay. Okay, so a lot just happened in this chapter that I'm reading. I just got to chapter 32, right? I remember when Reese first took Farah down into the library and beneath the House of Wind, he said that there was something in the center of the library, like beneath the library, that she should not see because Cassian said that it still gives him nightmares, and apparently Cassian's word is the end all be all. So they don't go down there, but Highburn soldiers apparently made their way into here, and they chased her and Nesta down into the darkness. She made a deal with whatever this darkness thing is, that if it killed these soldiers, that it would help get her out. So whatever bargain she just made, whatever bargain Farah just made, I am so scared because she got the little like ink thing on her left hand, the same one that Reese gave her when he made a bargain with her down under the mountain. I'm kind of scared because I don't know what this thing is. It killed them. It killed the soldiers like with swiftness, and I am terrified. I don't know if Farah is screwed. I hope not, because you know, making deals. I mean, she did it to save her life, so like I don't blame her. But these bargains in this, you know, in this land are very and now I'm wondering if she's gonna have like the bond with this thing, whatever it is, the bond, you know, that Reese had with her, the bargain bond, where like they could go into each other's minds like really like swiftly if by chance. Isn't that part of the bargain bond, or was that just because they're mates? I'm not sure. I just want to know if they have that same connection, whatever the darkness is, their connection with Farah. I have a lot of questions as to what this thing is. I'm so curious. Also, I hate the way that the soldiers came in when Nesta and Farah were finally having like a sentimental moment. I waited 3 books for a sentimental moment between these two damn sisters, and as soon as it happens, Highburn wants to fuck shit up. It's very aggravating, actually. I guess I'll just have to wait. It's what I'm best at with these damn books, the tension and everything. I'm just gonna have to wait. I have 20 pages left until I hit 350, but like if I feel like going over it, I will, but I'm actually like kind of tired, so I might stop at 350. If that is the case, then I think this is gonna be like the last update I give you guys for today, and I'll see you tomorrow. Hello everyone. Day 2 of this reading vlog is currently Friday, the next day. And 9:35 in the morning, I just woke up, ate breakfast, all of that, and I'm gonna continue reading. I stopped at a kind of a cliffhanger part. Apparently, Highburn took over the summer court. So y'all know the whole beef with the night court and summer court after, you know, they took the book from the summer court. So yeah, I'm kind of interested. I want to see Tarquin again. He was one of my favorite characters in the previous book. But I feel like he's going to be a lot more mean now, which he has every right to be because they literally stole from him the last time that they saw him. But that's neither here or there, you know. Hopefully they go save him. I'm kind of excited. Oh, also, apparently Elaine is a seer. Whoa, yeah, I had a feeling she was something. I didn't think that she was like just sad and depressed. I had a feeling that she was like doing something with her powers, but I had no idea what those powers were. And then it all ended up making sense. So yeah, that's kind of where I left off. Oh, and Lucian is going to find the 6th queen, the mortal queen, because apparently she's off being a bird or something and she's captured. But it's really bizarre. I don't really care about the mortal queens all that much. Apparently she's one of the good ones, but after dealing with them in the last book, I could really care less. But she's needed so the humans can be their allies in the war, so I completely get it. But yeah, no Lucian at the moment, and they still have to deal with this whole High Lords meeting. I'm like halfway through the book. I hope that it starts picking up soon because literally nothing has happened. I'm halfway through this book. Literally nothing has been happening. I mean, I'm gonna keep reading it obviously, but it's very slow paced, like even slower than the last one, because in the last book, literally nothing happened until like the last, I want to say 30 pages. And that book was 600 pages long. So I'm going to assume that the war is only going to take up with like maybe 3 or 4 chapters. but I wish it would hurry up. I understand that strategizing is important and planning the war is important so we can see how they get from point A to point B, but I don't know how this book is going to end, but I can confidently say that probably half of the stuff I'm reading in this book did not need to be in here. It just seems like a whole lot of filler. I guess we'll just have to see. So guys, I just finished the part of the book where they fought in the summer court against Hybern's army. That was intense. That's what I was waiting for. That's what I've been waiting for. So yeah, it was a little action packed. A lot happened. I just finished the scene after the war where they're like trying to heal all their wounded, and Rhysand and Nesta, Farah are in the tent just talking, and I guess they're now deciding to be honest with the courts because they realize that honesty is key. Oh my god, big brain. I was wondering why they never just did that anyway. Like they don't even have to do it with like all of the courts, like all of the people, but they should have always be like, they should have always been honest with the High Lords. I don't understand why that wasn't a method to begin with, because that's why no one trusts y'all. It's because you make it seem like you're these evil people, but you're kind of saving all of their asses literally half the time. Like every time like a crisis is near, you can count on the Night Court to be there and be an ally, yet y'all won't do it because you think that they're evil. So yeah, I'm happy about that. And then of course, like after that talk, they went and got it on in the tent. So that's where I left off. I want to know how Hybern knows everything. He knows about Valeris. He knows about Farrah's powers, which is another thing that I think we're going to dive into more in this book, because Farrah's powers, since she has the power of every High Lord and they don't know about that, I'm kind of like scared. But yeah, so Hybern knows literally everything. Knows about Valeris, knows about like Rhys's favorite places, his inner circle's favorite places. He knows literally everything. I just want to know how. He hasn't been near Prithian in like what, centuries, and he's off on his little island. So like I'm confused. The king of Hybern, he just knows too much, and I want to I'm just really curious because he's so annoying, but he's also like a really good villain because he's not giving away anything. He's not making it easy, because every time he does something, he's like, how are you always like one step ahead? It's annoying, but it's also kind of cool. Like I'm kind of into it. Oh, they also moved the meeting with the High Lords up a few days, which is good, because I don't know why they set it off weeks from now when literally war is knocking at their door. Literally, the meeting with the High Lords is hopefully gonna be in like the next few chapters. I don't know, the way this book is dragging out, it could take 10 chapters to get to 3 days later. But I digress. I'll catch up after I'm done. Okay. Guys. Okay, so they're about to go to this meeting, right? But before they go, Cassian is there. Cassian hasn't been back to Valeris for the past like few days because he had to take care of like some aftermath of the war and stuff, you know, because he's a general. Tell me why Nesta is actually like worried. Like she's actually outwardly speaking about her feelings for once. Like, and then before they left to go to the meeting, Cassie was like, hello. And she was like, she didn't outwardly say, but you could tell that she was worried. And she said that like you never came back. And she was stuttering and stuff. And he said, next time I'll come back briefly and say hello. My heart can't take it. I'm like, I can't wait to read A Court of Silver Flames. I've heard mixed reviews, but if it's from Nesta's point of view and Cassian is definitely going to be in it, then yeah, I'm gonna enjoy it, because their banter is so like she's so cold towards literally everyone, including him, obviously, but Cassian can like take it like a champ. Like he has the best comebacks, and Nesta can't even say anything because she knows that half the time he has something to say back. I love them together. Hopefully they get together. They're definitely going to. I don't know if it's going to be in this book because they have a lot of shit going on in here. I know that the next book is a novella, so I don't know if they're going to like hit it off in there as well, but that like their whole thing is so cute. Also, what's going on with Moore? Why is she trying to get in the middle of my ship like this? Like she was kind of mean to Nesta. All Nesta was asking was where Cassian was, and Moore was like, "Oh, it's none of your concern. He's just out. Don't be anything." Like, it was just like really strange. I don't know if that's jealousy. I don't think it is. If so, it's not justifiable because they were never a thing, her and Cassian. So I don't know why she's getting all up in Nesta's face. But that's neither here nor there. I just want Moore to like leave Nesta alone. And now Nesta is a part of their court. She's an emissary for like mortals or whatever for the night court. So that's cool. So I'm gonna be seeing more of Nesta. That's all I really want. Nesta might be my favorite character. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I know that a lot of people don't like her. I'm sorry. I can't control my feelings. Yeah. Just wanted to say that. Literally that scene, I'm about to go. They're literally on their way to the meeting right now, but like that scene before Cassian and Moore and Nesta and all of them left had me in butterflies. I just really want Nesta to like open up. Like she's so close to opening up about her feelings, but every time she does, someone tells her to shut up or like she doesn't feel confident enough in her like own like mental state to do so. I feel like we're slowly but surely getting there. I'm gonna finish the next few chapters and hopefully I'll get back to you. Okay. Yo. Okay, so I'm at the meeting. We're at the part where they're at the meeting. Tamlin has arrived because, of course, his ass is the last one to arrive. He's late. Didn't expect anything less from him. No less than like 2 pages into this chapter of the meeting, he's already bringing up the shit between him and Rhysand and Farah, and the rest of these High Lords are like sitting back looking, and I'm just here like, what am I supposed to do with this? First of all, Tamlin is a dick. Why is he bringing up personal stuff, like bedroom type stuff of what happened between him and Farah up in a court of High Lords? First of all, respect. Human decency, that's not a thing. Apparently, professionalism, that's not a thing in Tamlin's world. Absolutely not. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this chapter without stopping every 5 seconds. Literally every time he mentions how Farah was like in the bedroom compared to how she is with Rhysand, I literally want to chuck the book at the wall. The meeting just started and he's already starting stuff. I'm kind of a little worried because Rhysand, he has no chill. He could easily break every bone in Tamlin's body, but we're supposed to be keeping the peace. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. But getting through this chapter is so hard. Like he's making me angry. He's making me really angry. Fuck Tamlin. Fuck King Hybern. Oh, and also fuck the Autumn Court because apparently they showed up too. I had a feeling that they would, but I don't think that they're gonna be on the Night Court side. I don't trust them. I don't like them. They're terrible. Yeah. Okay, so it's still the meeting, right? I don't even know where to begin. These High Lords, they got a lot of beef. Like they got the tea is hot. They spilling all of each other's businesses in this meeting where they're supposed to be strategizing and planning. They're like a few hours into this meeting, barely anything has been made. No decisions have been made regarding how to take down Hybern. Everyone's just taking jabs at each other. And I can't say that I'm not entertained. However, the war is literally like days away and no one's doing anything. Baron, the High Lord of the Autumn Court, kissed my ass. He's a terrible person. When Azriel literally like choked out Eris for what he said, basically calling Moore a slut, when Eris choked him out after that, I was like, yes, finally, because the Autumn Court pisses me off. The only one that doesn't piss me off is the Queen, but she doesn't say or do anything. I think she's supposed to be the nice one, but she doesn't talk. So Helion, the High Lord of Day, I think, the Day Court, he's very arrogant, but I like him because he gets shit done. Like he's the only one who's like actually on task, but he's also all about the tea. So when something happens, like he's like giving his input, his slide remarks. That's me. I appreciate him for what he is. Hopefully he doesn't do anything stupid later on to make me dislike him. I'm gonna stop here because I need to start studying again, but I'll probably pick up later on in the day. Yeah, it's still the middle of the meeting. I tried to hold off until I was done with this whole meeting because I left off at the part where Farah basically blew the whole place up into like fire. So like that's fun, that's cool, but I need to study. So I'll be back afterwards. It'll probably be like nighttime. So far I'm like over halfway through this book. This meeting has been taking up at least 5 chapters at this point. I'm thoroughly entertained. I feel like the courts could easily have a reality show. The Real High Lords of Prithian. Maybe just an idea, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go study. Bye. Guys, okay, so I don't even know where to begin. Okay, so the meeting is over, right? It ended, okay, I guess 6 out of, I think, the 8 courts, might be wrong. 6 out of the 8 courts are on the night court side. They're gonna fight with them, whatever. Tell me why Helion may be Lucian's father, like actual father. I don't even know what to say. I couldn't even get through the whole chapter. Plot twist. Literally, I should have figured. Well, no. I feel like it wouldn't have made sense if I predicted that earlier on, but they kind of have the same personality, do they not? I mean, don't get me wrong, Lucian's a little bit more serious, but Lucian has always been described as like being a little darker than his brothers, being his mom's favorite out of all of her sons, but I feel like that's what mothers do, so I didn't really look that into it. Yo, why does the high court have so much tea? Like, what's going on? I would pay to see a reality show. People just acting like these high lords and then like discussing this shit. I'm like flabbergasted. And Lucian isn't even here to know. He's literally off finding that damn mortal queen wherever she is. We haven't heard from him in like, I don't know, 15 chapters at least. It's getting a little too real. Someone's gonna have to tell him. I wonder who. I don't know. I just wanted to get on here and say that because what the fuck. So I'm currently at part 3 of the book titled High Lady, and a lot of shit has gone down since the last time I updated. First of all, meeting is over. War has literally come because the King of Hybern decided to like, destroy the wall. Nesta sensed it at the meeting, so she's like attached to the cauldron. Apparently that's like her power, one of her powers. I'm not really sure how it works, but I'm curious to see how it will do on the battlefield. As for everything else, Farah made another bargain with the darkness down in the library, Braxis. I'm still confused as to what it is. I guess we'll have to find out on the battlefield as well in part 3. I don't know if I want to leave this until tomorrow to read. I kind of do, but I kind of don't. It depends on how tired I'm gonna be, but I'll keep you guys updated. I've been waiting for action, and there's still like a good chunk of the book left, so I'm guessing that's just gonna be of the war, which I'm happy about because literally the last book, it didn't have any sort of war of any kind. I've been waiting for action. Literally, there's still like that much of the book left, and I'm pretty sure part 3 is basically, it's just gonna be all battlefield, all war, all fighting, and I'm ready. So yeah. Hello guys. Okay, so it is currently the next day. It is 1 o'clock. I know I'm kind of starting this a little late. It's because like my morning was very hectic. I barely had any time to read, but I did read a few chapters. I'm currently in the middle of chapter 54. I think I might be wrong, I don't know, but the war is happening. Like the war has officially come. They're on the battlefields. They're stringing up tents to lay out at night. It's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. The battle scenes and everything. Farah hasn't really done anything yet in the battle, which is fine because honestly, like I don't think they're ready for her. Like I don't, because once she gets out there, she's literally going to like wreak havoc, and I'm so excited. But it's too early. It's literally the I think 2nd day of the war, and yeah, she's a little too scared, and that's totally fine. I'm gonna save her for the end. Cassian, I know that like for 2 books straight, because it said it in the previous book that like everyone is afraid of Reese's inner circle because of like their warriors, specifically Cassian, and that's like, oh, that's cool, I guess, but I'm like, we haven't seen him in a war at all, in a battle, on a battlefield at all in the past 2 books. Seeing him fight in this, like he's really in his element, and I kind of I'm attracted. I was already kind of attracted to Cassian, but like the way that they describe him on the battlefield, like he's really in it. He's in it to win it, literally. And don't even get me started on the little moments that him and Nesta have together. Oh my god, last night I went back to the parts where Nesta and him were flirting, just to like put me at peace when I went to bed. Like literally, I'm obsessed. After he got wounded in the first day, like she shrunk up his wounds, and of course more came, and you know, interrupted their moment, and you could tell it affected Nesta. I don't know what's going on with Moore. I would rather her just like not get in the way of my ship. Like I love her, but she needs to like go away. Anyways, speaking of Nesta and Cassian, so I know I have one more to read. I don't know if that's required reading. I know that there's another book after A Court of Wings and Ruin that I have to read before getting into A Court of Silver Flames, but I couldn't help it. While I was at the store, I saw it and I just couldn't help it. Also, I bought the next book yesterday on Amazon. I was gonna get A Court of Silver Flames with that book on Amazon so it could come at the same time and I won't be tempted to read A Court of Silver Flames earlier because I knew it was at the store. Tell me why A Court of Silver Flames was like $50 for paperback, because I wanted paperback because like all of the books in the series I have in paperback, so now it's gonna look weird with the hardcover, but I had no choice because the hardcover for some reason was cheaper to get than the paperback. You guys probably don't care, but like that really bothered me because like look at this, it's so big. It's bigger than all my other copies, so now it's gonna bother me that like they're not all the same size. It's whatever, but yes, I got A Court of Silver Flames. I'm not gonna start it until after I read the next one, which is a novella. I don't know if you can read it outside the series, but I'm gonna read it anyway, simply because like I feel weird if I skip around in books like with a certain series. Even if it's like a novella or something, I'd rather just read it. I don't know, it just makes me feel weird. That's where I'm at in the book. I'm gonna spend the rest of my day reading it. Like I'm gonna get this book done today. I only have 200-ish pages left, less than 200 pages. I'm dedicating the rest of my day reading this. So by the time I get back to you guys, it might be like a little later because I probably won't be updating until like probably the very end after all this shit is over because I want to concentrate. I want to get on my thoughts in order before like doing this. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Guys. Okay, so I'm like literally like a little over 100 pages until I'm done with the book. Tell me why I did not realize that I had no idea that Moore was gay. How did I not know? 2 books. I had no idea. I had a feeling that, you know, she wasn't attracted to Azriel like that. Like, obviously, like, she cared for him, but, like, she never outwardly, like, loved him, at least not romantically like that. Like, I understood that, but I didn't think she was. And then like she told her story to Farah just now, and like I cried. Like I don't think you guys understood. I had to like pause the book, go grab tissues. I look probably a mess right now, but oh my god. If anything happens to Moore, I'm gonna wreak havoc because why do I feel like something's about to happen that I won't like? Anyways, yeah, I just wanted to like put that in there. Also, everything happened with Elaine. She's back at the camp because, you know, the cauldron somehow took her. I don't really know how that works. I also don't care. Jurian helped get them out. Tamlin helped get them out somehow with his shape shifting. I was like, okay, bye. I only have like a little over 100-ish pages left. And I'll probably talk to you guys again after I'm done with the book. So, yeah. Okay. It's like 7:40 something. It's been hours. I finally finished the book. I have so many thoughts. I have so many thoughts, okay? But my head is like pounding because those last 100 pages were a lot. Like, it was not easy to get through. I had to take breaks in between, and now my head is like pounding. What I will say though, the way that the ladies handled the war, exactly, literally, period. Okay, I can understand why this is like some people, like the fans of Axar, I can understand why this is some of their like least favorite. Like, I understand, I get it, especially with like how slow paced it was in the middle. A lot of part 2 in this book, the curse breaker part, a lot of it was unnecessary. Things didn't really start picking up until literally the High Lord meeting, and then yeah, I can understand, but overall, I don't think it's a bad book. A lot of things didn't have to happen the way that they did, aka Reese fake death. Yeah, let's not do that again. Because here's the thing, I already predicted what was gonna happen. It was very predictable because I knew that if they were gonna kill him off, then like they would bring him back the same way they brought Farrah back. As for their father coming in last minute, that's nice. I don't really care that much about their father. It was a good way for him to go out, but I don't care that much about him. As for Tamlin, I can already feel a redemption arc being made by Miss Sarah J. Maas, and I'd rather it not. Not everyone needs a redemption arc. Not every bad character villain needs a redemption arc, and he's one of them. I can tell that she's setting something up for him, and I don't want to know what it is. I'll save my ratings for my book wrap-ups, but yeah, like I said, this isn't that bad. I read the like little part at the end where it's like a little snippet of the next book, the Court of Frost and Starlight. That book doesn't come until literally next Saturday because I ordered it off of Amazon, so I'm gonna have to wait to read A Court of Silver Flames, which is literally right next to me. Like I said, I know that the next book doesn't have to be read, at least I think it doesn't, but it feels weird not to read all of them, so I'm gonna try to get through that in like a week, get through both books. I'm sorry if like I really, it's just a lot going on. Like those last 100 pages were a lot. I know you guys are probably tired of me talking about them, but Cassian and Nesta, their little moment when like they thought that they were gonna die, tears were shed. Tears were also shed when the cereal died. Cereal, whatever that creature thing is. I don't know why. I didn't think it was gonna be that sentimental, so emotional for me, but like I literally cried when he died. When he said, "Stay with the High Lord," and it was about Reese all along, that's one of the moments I had to pause. I had to literally leave because, okay, one of the moments I forgot to mention, when all of those people came in at like the end of the war, where like they were losing hope because they were like literally losing the war, and Draken and I think Miriam and the mortal, not mortal anymore, the queen, they all just came in with their like gang. I was like, oh my god, squad up, like this is it. When I tell you, like my chest fell into my ass, like I couldn't do anything. I was staring at the book in shock when they all pulled up at the same time along with Farrah's dad. I couldn't, like, my anxiety was so high during that moment because they were literally giving up hope. Cassian was about to go defend Nesta from the king, and everyone knows that the king can't really be taken on, so everyone was expecting him to die. Azrael was about to fly up even though his wings were broken. Nesta was literally about to give herself to the king as a sacrifice. Like, a lot was going on. So when they pulled up, my emotions, I actually kind of screamed. It was really bad. The whole entire fight scene, the whole battle in part 3, it was really excellent. There were a lot of moments at the end of this book that were worth, I guess, reading all of it for, but again, I could have done without at least a third of it. It was just unnecessarily long. It could have easily been cut down to at least like 500 pages. Anyway, yeah, I enjoyed it. If you guys like this video, thanks. If you want to follow me on social media so we could like talk about ACOTAR and like recommend me other books, there it is. I mostly use Twitter, but if you want to interact with me on my other social media, they will be linked in the description down below. Bye everyone.